Welcome to another 2 minutes of knowledge management with KMX. Today we'll be talking about time tracking. KMX allows us to log unassigned time, but it's much more useful whenever we assign time to specific activities. Here I'm breaking down a project tree for this XYZ Zipper Company website, and to do so I just create a line item task for each thing necessary to complete the project. For each task I create, I simply give it a name. I assign a contact to that task, a number of hours that they should need to complete it. I check the box in the plus column there. That means that I'm going to create new hours as opposed to taking them from an existing task. I place a check in the timeable column, which means that the contact is allowed to physically log time against that task, and then I enter starting and end dates for those tasks. To help me find my task tree a little easier later on, I'm going to go ahead and add a tag to all of these tasks with the project name. Then I'm going to select each of the child tasks that I created and assign them to the parent. So here I'm just putting each one of them beneath their parent. I'll go ahead and save the task tree. Now that my tasks are set up, my team members can actually start logging time. So in order to log time, we just click on the little clock icon in the upper right-hand corner. We pick our contact name, we assign a number of hours in the time field, we pick an activity, enter some notes for our time, and then we go ahead and save our time. In addition to manually entering the time, we can also use the timer functionality. So this allows us to start the timer, begin performing our work, and then come back and save the time later. If something comes up while I'm working, I can go ahead and start a new timer for whatever the new task is. In this instance, I'll say a client called and I'm talking to the client. I can save my new time and then go ahead and open back up the time that I was working on before so nothing's lost. When I'm all finished up, I go ahead and enter my notes for the task and I save my time. I can review the time entered for any given period by looking at the time entries list. From here I can also make modifications to existing time entries just by placing a check and going to the Edit Selected Time option. Here I'll update the activity this one's assigned to and save it. Thanks a lot for joining me for 2 minutes of KMX.